Well, hi everybody. It's good to see you. Hey there, Stacy. Hey, what are you doing with a hammer and some nails?
I do have a hammer and nails today, and it's because I just heard a really cool story that involves a hammer and nails. Do you want to hear it?
I'd love to.
All
Love
right.
to.
This story is actually a parable. So, a parable is a story that has a universal lesson or message that works for anybody that hears the story, no matter who they are, how old they are, or where they live. And what's interesting is that every religion and culture actually has these kinds of stories. They have their own parables. So, this parable is a Hindu parable, and it is called The Hole in the Fence. So one day there was a boy and he lived with his mom and dad. And this boy had a big problem with getting mad. He would get angry, he would lose his temper all day long about everything. If something didn't go the way he wanted, if he did not want to do what somebody else asked him to do, if he um, didn't like what was happening, he found more ways to be angry at everything every day. And he would get really mad. He would bang on things. He would stomp his feet. He would yell, but more than anything, he would say some pretty mean and unkind things to other people when he got mad. And guess what? If you say mean and unkind things and get mad all the time, pretty soon you really don't have any friends. And even your family is a little bit like, I don't really like spending time with you. So his dad said, I have a challenge for you. Every time you get mad, I want you to take this hammer and nails and go out in the backyard and hammer a nail in the fence every time you get mad. And the very first day, that boy had to hammer 37 nails into the fence. 37 nails. And, hammering nails is kind of hard work. So eventually, every day he would go hammer nails and he started to hammer fewer and fewer nails because he learned, it's easier for me to not get mad than it is to keep hammering all of these nails. And then the day finally came where he didn't have to hammer any nails. He didn't get mad at all that day. And he went to his dad. He's like, hey, I didn't get mad. And the dad was like, that's great. Now, every time you don't get mad, I want you to pull a nail out of the fence. And so that went on for a little while. And pretty soon, all the nails were out of the fence. And the dad was like, I am so proud of you learning to control your temper like that. But look at this fence and tell me what you see. And the boy was like, well, it's a wooden fence that now has a whole bunch of holes in it. And the dad said, that is true. This fence will never be the same, right? It will never be the same. And when you use unkind words and say those mean things in anger, that is what is happening to the people you're doing that to, right? Those holes, those kinds of hurts that you cause somebody else, that they're really never the same after that. And I am really proud of you for learning how to handle it a different way. And the moral of the story, right? The lesson that comes out of this is you should use kind words with everyone, but especially with the people that you care about, right? Unkind words can cause lasting damage. So let our words be kind and loving. The end. All right, so that is the story of the hole in the fence. So Barry, do you think that boy had, why do you think the boy didn't have any friends at the beginning of the story?
Well, I think because of the way he acted, people didn't want to be around him. His friends didn't want to be around him anymore because he wasn't kind to them. And I think that can happen to anybody, even with your family. Your family's not going to want to be around you if you're unkind too.
That's true. So there's this phrase, right? Sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Well, I think words probably aren't going to break your bones, but I think words do hurt people. And I think we remember when people say unkind things to us. Um, and, even if they come back later and say, well, I'm sorry for what I said. Uh, and that's a good thing, and we can forgive them, but I don't think we necessarily forget when people say mean or unkind things to us. And I think that's what that story, The Hole in the Fence, is about. It's still left a scar, still left a hole in the fence. And so I think that's why we need to be careful with our words.
So I don't know about you, but I definitely have times that I get mad. I get angry. I have things that tend to make me mad sometimes. So I have had to learn ways to calm down, just like the kid in the story, right? What can I do to make sure that I don't use unkind words, and find a way to let that anger go? And some of my favorites are probably ones you also do, really easy ones, right? I can count to 10. I can take 5 big breaths. I like birthday breaths, like you're going to blow out a birthday cake, right? Big breaths. Maybe you have a special place that you go. And another one of my favorites is thinking of 5 things that I'm thankful for, 5 things that I'm grateful for. But there's another really good one. Barry, what's another one we can use?
Well, I think kind of think of me as going inside. There's a place of us inside of us that's peaceful. We can call it our God spot, right? That's there all the time. And if we can connect ourselves with that in times when we feel ourselves losing our temple, and just losing our temper, we can just kind of go to that place and I am peaceful, and just try to slow ourselves down, finding a way to slow ourselves down and go into the center of our being and just know that the very center of us is peace. And we can go there and we can control our anger. A lot of times people think, well, that's just the way I am. There's nothing I can do about that. But that's not true. We can control our anger. And it's a great thing to work on because we're going to have a lot more friends.
Yeah, I agree with you. That God spot inside of us, there's some easy ways to get there. You can close your eyes and just imagine yourself going there and using your God power to help you calm down. You can say a prayer and that'll take you to that place and help you calm down. So I love that one. That might be my favorite, actually.
Yeah.
All right, we have an affirmation for you today. Our affirmation is, I change my anger to understanding. I change my anger to understanding. All right, everybody, have a great day.